As the saying goes, patience is a virtue, and my next guest certainly has that in spades. I caught up with Peter Hall following his success at Club Menangle today. Well, Peter, congratulations, just your second Menangle starter and success.
Yeah, no, it was really good. It was like the horse himself. He's been in a little bit of a work in progress, but he always showed some really good ability. And look, it was probably going to be time with him, but it was a bit of a surprise today. I didn't realise he'd probably be able to run that time and get the job done. So it was really nice to come, all the way from Victoria and travel up to Crookwell and stay at Ben Stud. And so, thanks to Craig and Beck and all the staff there, we've stayed there. And so he's had a bit of travel over the last few days. So he's just a little bit unknown to see where he's at.
And Jack Callaghan drove 3 Bros of Treat, and Jack's been driving in superb form, so we expect that from him these days.
Yeah, Jack's, he's a really up-and-coming driver. He obviously works for Luke, and Luke was originally down to driving, but he had commitments in Queensland, so that was nice. The horse itself will stay now. He'll stay at Belinda and Luke's, and so it was just, the right fit with Jack being, I think he's third on the Drivers' Championship at the moment, so he is a good driver. So you want those good guys on there steering your horse.
And Pete, your other runner, Fling and Wing It, also ran a very bold race, was placed, and he stayed with Luke and Belinda.
Yeah, that's right. I brought him up, it was probably a couple of years ago now, and he spent, he ran third on that particular day, and he ran second in the final. And the next year, he won the final of the 4-year-old Foundation Series. So that was, I've always liked the series, so I've kept an eye on it to see when it's on. And this guy was never going to quite make the Derby because he started his work a little bit too late. So we didn't want to rush him. So we thought, well, to the owners and all the other people in him, we felt we'll just wait and give it a best shot with the Foundation.
Peter said at the start, patience is a virtue. You're a hobby trainer, but a very passionate one because you run your own business, and we'll find out about that a little bit more. But in your 15 years as a trainer, you've only had about 15 starters.
Yeah, 15 starters. I've been lucky. I've probably got a great mentor. I've got an elderly chap at our local track in Kyabram, Graham Lyons. We share a barn together, and he's been very good over the years. Like, he's been in the industry for a long, long time, which is probably 35 years, and he's great with the trotters. He's, so you're tinkering around with them. Trotters, they always need time, and you never want to rush them, but, whether it's a bit or whether it's a bit of gear, you can go to him and he'll be too happy to pass his knowledge on. So it's fantastic, and he was straight on the phone, and that's the type of guy he was to congratulate me, and, he's a terrific guy, so I thank him too.
Peter, when you look at your strike rate, 15 runners or so, 4 or 5 winners now, so the strike rate's pretty good.
Yeah, strike weight's good, I suppose. Like, it's one of those things where I've got my own business, and you'd love to go into it professionally, but you've got a good business, and it runs it does a good job, and I love the horses. And at the moment, we can train one or two, but that's probably about it. That limits because it's so busy. But I enjoy that part. So you can really focus just on 1 or 2 horses and get them right and put a lot of time into them. Where, like some big trainers, they have a lot of horses, and it's knowing just what it takes to do one. It's you need a lot more staff and all those sort of things. So at this stage, I'm just happy to do what I'm doing. Yeah.
Speaking of staff, your youngest daughter, 16-year-old Ali, who's at school back home, I hope they've got Sky Channel at the high school. She is certainly one of your greatest workers.
Yeah, she's a little gem, Ali. She follows me around the trots, and she comes over, and you just ask her to, whether it be helping out, put some gear on or take some gear off after the trials or at the races. And sometimes the races are too late for her to go to, and she has netball commitments on a Saturday and races at home probably on Fridays, and so she's pretty passionate about it, and I'm sure she would have loved to have been here today, but not to be. Yeah.
You said she's passionate. She's got Dad's love for the horse, but that may not be her career.
No, it may not be a career. She's an advocate. Like she's a good little netballer. She follows in probably her two older sisters' footsteps. Her two older sisters played at a really high level in the Golden Valley, A-grade netball, and at Shep United, and they're undefeated at the moment. They're a very good, strong club. And Ali is progressing. Just like, it's a funny thing, like you look at sports players, how they develop, and it's no different than a horse. And I think you learn a lot from, seeing someone grow into a reasonably good or strong player in a netball player, and horses are no different. If you can give them time, and trotters are that, if you can give them time, well, you might, get a little bit of success. Yeah.
Now, Pete, you're here with your lovely wife, Lindy, and it's a hit-and-run mission. You're heading back to Melbourne tomorrow. Tell us about this very successful business you run as a spray painter.
Yeah, we've been in it for 17 years now. It's a cabinet painting business. We first started off when there was probably 3, 4, 5 of us working, and all of a sudden, it crept back down to 4, and times were really busy over 10 years. And the last couple of years, we've backscaled, and now it's just myself. And that's not for lack of work. It's just I just wanted to downscale, probably concentrate on get a little bit of balance. So follow the girls around with netball, obviously, and do horses and with work as well. So the balance at the moment's good. And I'm sure if they keep winning, it's real good.
Yeah, if horses keep winning, if your girls keep winning, they may be looking for a manager.
Yeah, well, you never know. We'll cross that bridge when it comes. But I'm just happy, to have a family of supportive girls, and they support me in what I do, and it's a big commitment. To fit everything in, to go and watch girls play netball on a Saturday, and you want to be there support them, and have a wife to be the backbone of the family and support me in what I do. And she's obviously come on this trip this weekend, or these last few days, so it's terrific, yeah.
Peter, you have one of the most famous set of initials in harness racing history, PJ Hall, and no doubt you're aware of the great man himself, the legendary Perce Hall. You've had a chance to wander through these magnificent arcades here at Menangle, looking at all the Hall of Famers and so forth.
Yeah, that's correct. I was probably warned and told of this story many, many years ago when I first got into the horses, and it was actually by a guy who had walked past and called me Percy, and I couldn't work out why he'd called me Percy, and he said, "Look up Percy, PJ Hall in harness racing," and I thought I'll do that because I like obviously the history and all that. So I've checked him out, and I'm thinking, wow, he's incredible feats that he's achieved. I said if I could gain 5% of what he's done, I'd be a very happy man. So it's fantastic to see, even through the gallery here today, like through at Menangle, and you see his feats, what he's done and achievements, and it's a credit to him. So I'm lucky to have those initials, I suppose.
Well, PJ Hall leaves Club Menangle today as a winner, as it should be.
Yeah, no, thank you very much, and as went over the speaker there before, my condolences go out to the Turnbull family too. It's another famous name that's been in the harness racing, and for someone who haven't been in the game for a long time, you see of all these special people that have been in the game that make the game tick. So my condolences go out to them too, and thank you very much.
Yeah, we must never forget those people who have gone before us, Peter, who have made it possible for us to enjoy what we do today.
Yeah, 110%, and that's like it is. You follow a dream to try and win a race, and you follow you look at the great trainers, the great drivers, and see what they do. And if you can take away a little bit from them, and today even people to come up and say well done, like it was lovely to be here, and for that to happen today, it was really nice. So I thank them.
Hopefully we'll see you back here on numerous occasions.
Will do. Thank you very much. Thank you for the time.